See alert, Moon Platoon. We're calm, cool, collected, but we cannot but help but smile when we have a AMC suspicions call from ChatterQuant at $2.5 million at the underlying strike price here. Let's take a look at where those strikes are. We have the AMC options chain pulled up. It really looks like something, a message toward the hedge funds right now, because we haven't seen millions of dollars at these specific prices, $44, at $47, and at $50. Added together, that's more than 30 million. Hold on. Almost $30 million worth of options here. GME is also getting a major buzz for which whale has just bought into the options chain. We want to talk about that in a second. But first of all, where is this leaving AMC stock to become free cash flow positive? AMC is ready to return and could rise all the way up to $52. So make sure, if you guys haven't yet, look to your left and look to your right. Those people have already smashed that like button and helped us defeat that algorithm. Mark Baptiste is saying we must attack the like button with haste. Defeat these fools. And like yourself, Carl Meese is new to the show and has already subscribed because this channel is about finding your financial freedom. Let's go for it. AMC is on a turnaround. People are returning to the movies. Attendance is back. And based on the company's November 8th release of its third quarter results, this has huge implications for AMC stock. There now seems no doubt that AMC will become FCF positive next year. And that, of course, is good news for AMC stock. It has risen from $13.95 in May 17th to $42.68 as of November 15th. Don't forget, it got to $70 and $2 at some point this year as well. Let's talk about just the math, where things stand. We live streamed the Q3 earnings report where we saw $763 million in revenue. That's compared at $444 million in Q2. Needless to say, the company is still reporting losses, but it's much better. In fact, it is insignificant $5.5 million EBITDA negative versus $150 million substantial EBITDA negative in Q2. So that means the company was almost profitable this quarter as opposed to a huge loss last quarter. So people are taking a notice. Once again, we see maybe $1 million max on these options chains at a specific strike price per day, but this per day, as of yesterday, we were caught on option sonar, $6 million at $44 strike, $13 million at $47 strike, and $6 million worth of calls at $50 strike. So add those all together, and there's a message right there. 1, 2, 3. Big rockets coming up. Let me just draw the rocket for you guys. Here we go. Rocket, rocket, rocket. There we are. We also wanted to be able to thank ChatterQuant for being able to call us out on these suspicious options chain. We wouldn't have been able to find it otherwise. So that is still 30% off in the description down below for you guys. AMC on the macro is what we also want to be able to investigate. We're taking a look at the different patterns that we can see from the June gamma squeeze right here, all the way down to consolidation through this period. This is very much like the period after February, all the way up to June, where we consolidated downwards, but we had obvious lows. So we had obvious lows here. This was a clear double bottom. And when we were able to bounce from the descending trend here to a midpoint and then the same bottom, we were able to find that momentum to continue the trajectory upward. Once we had a strong sell signal, this was courtesy of Lux algorithm, we were able to sustain and come back even a little bit higher than the previous levels of support, and now we are currently trending at $40 right in this funnel here. So you'll take a look. I can tell you exactly what prices those are, around $52 and $28.93. So that is where those overbought and oversold Bollingers are. However, this is exactly how high this article says AMC can reach, around $52 in a very, very near term. Why did they say that? The company has more or less achieved this kind of profitability. Here is what I mean. On page 2 of the earnings statement on November 8th, management indicated AMC currently has liquidity available of more than $1.8 billion. However, the company does not anticipate the need to borrow under the revolver lines during the next 12 months. In other words, the company does not need nobody. It does not need outside sources to finance its operations, and that is the definition of being free cash flow positive. Put out the vuvuzuelas, the boo 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 boo, zoo 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 doo. That's really good. That's good news. In fact, on page 10 of the earnings release, AMC Entertainment showed that its operating cash burn during Q3 was just $31.2 million. This improved significantly from $127 million burned during Q2 and $322 million during Q1. So this is now the perfect storm of what you guys are here to see. You already come all the way to this part of the video, which means you guys are a trooper. I want to say, if you stick to the end, we'll do a raffle for you because I really do appreciate it. Also, the next thing that I want to be able to tell you is if you go out and have a fantastic quarter, you go out and have a fantastic end of year, and you were already going up to $70 during the hardest part of your year, that speaks volumes, which means next year, not only is this a great momentum play, which always has been this entire year, AMC is looking like a great fundamental play as well. And suddenly the math can't help but make sense, not only to the retail investors, but also to the hedge funds. Obviously, with higher revenue and stable costs, this is bound to occur. Cash burn is 10 times better in the space of 2 quarters. So they did not provide guidance in terms of Q4 or next year. However, analysts now foresee revenue hitting up $4.67 billion next year. As a result, let's do some math. If we assume free cash flow could hit 10% of sales next year, or $466 million, then the market value can hit $23 billion to $31 billion. This is based on FCF yield about 1.5% to 2%. So for example, if we divide 466 by 2%, the target market cap equals $23 billion, and at 1.5% FCF yield, the market cap becomes $31 billion. All of which to say this is putting an average target price of $52.16 per share, or 1.222 the price of the stock today. That's a pretty good ROI, about 22% right on top of it for you guys. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do want to say thank you guys for being able to get introduced to the tools that were able to get this analysis possible, ChatterQuant and Lux algorithm, both of which you guys have in the description with major discounts. 20% off for Lux, 30% off for ChatterQuant. Not sure how long we can hold on to that. I want to give a shout out to Mumu. Give him a little look in the link in the description down below. Make sure you understand that you guys with $1 deposit can get up to 2 free stocks worth up to $3,500 each. That's $7,000. Also, I love using their comparison tool. It is one of the best in the business, so make sure that you guys do take a look down in the description for that. And for a limited amount of time, that is that $7,000 crazy deal. So we've had free stocks given in the past for the Moon Platoon. Make sure you guys don't miss out on that. I also want to be able to give a shout out to crypto.com. Make sure that you use the link in the description down below. Make sure you know that the crypto surge has not ended, and especially the crypto craze has not ended. We have Ethereum, SHIB, and Dogecoin, all of them recovering after a crypto pullback. Ethereum up 6.5%, SHIB up 14%, Doge up 5.5%, and Bitcoin, the big one, after a pullback from 60,000, we are now looking at a 2% rip and perhaps a return. So if you don't want to miss that, get your crypto.com in the description down below. It's a black card, and it's just a good way to be able to interact with the market of cryptocurrency. And finally, I want to thank those of you in the chat commenting out right now. If you do throw a comment in the description, I will pick a name and announce you on Twitter at Andrew Mo Money. So make sure you guys have followed on Twitter and Instagram, and you will be able to find out the results of that raffle in the next coming week. Thank you guys, and see you in the money. Peace.